Welcome to All Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Buffalo's premier market and tap room, 7 different Western New York locations, open from 11:30 a.m. till 10:30 and later, 7 days a week. And of course, they are one of Western New York's only kid and dog-friendly bars with live entertainment, music, and trivia at all 7 locations every week. And of course, Buffalo Logo Apparel, your best spot to get any of your Buffalo sports apparel needs, whether it comes to your shirts, your hats, your hoodies. They have it all over there at Buffalo Logo Co. on Instagram and Twitter, at Fatty Beer on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you go check them out. But the Sabres win 3-1. But most importantly, they finally win their second game in a row. Thursday night, in his homecoming to Montreal, Devin Levi backstopped them to a 6-1 win over the Canadiens after the floodgates opened in the third period. And of course, tonight, the man of the hour, UPL, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, making 44 saves in tonight's 3-1 win. You probably could say 2-1. Realistically, an empty net goal there at the end of the third period by Duane, even though Tristan Jarry wasn't technically off the ice yet. Made a diving effort, couldn't stop it. But it was a very tight game. I think Buffalo played on their heels a little too much for my liking. Truly a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of team, as we've grown used to here in Buffalo. But they've won their second in a row. They get that monkey off their back. Super excited to see what else 2024 brings to the city of Buffalo. Hopefully with the Bills win tomorrow against the Miami Dolphins for the division. But we're here to talk about the Sabres. I would say from start to finish, Buffalo, I think, played on their heels a little bit too much for my liking. Yeah, they had a decent amount of shots, but I think Pittsburgh really controlled the pace of play tonight. Buffalo had a lot of chances. Let's be real. Tonight could have easily been 4-2 or even 5-2. You had 2 goals called back, one for offsides, one for goalie interference. Sabres got lucky in the coaches challenging department, winning 3 coaching challenges in a row. One in Montreal, and obviously 2 tonight. I don't know who Granato paid off, but that's great to see. Also, I like seeing Alex Tuch, get a goal tonight, opening scoring there early in the first period. I just need more from my top line. I just need more. This is a team that's ahead of you in the standings by quite a few games. But for me personally, even though they've added a lot of firepower with Carlson in the offseason, a team that I think you should be able to play with every time you play against them. So for me, I would just like to see them take the play more to a team like Pittsburgh. It's not like Tristan Jarry is like an out-of-this-world goaltender that, was, a top 5 or even a top 10 goalie in the league. I need more offensively from this team on a consistent basis. 6 goals against Montreal to you can say 3 tonight, but I need more offensively from this hockey team if we're really going to be expected to string some wins together and make a push to the playoffs, because you have to start doing that now. You can't just drop 2 after winning 2 here or drop 3. You start winning 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 4 out of 5. You have to start putting these wins together, stacking wins, because there's teams with you in the standings and below you in the standings that have quite a few games in hand on you that are going to catch you in the standings if you let them. So the time to win is now. Continue to win. That being said, I thought the penalty kill looked great tonight. Looked fantastic. I was extremely happy, even though they gave up that a 5-on-3. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Sabres got a 2-for-1 special there. 2 guys called at virtually the same time, leading to a 5-on-3. But I thought Buffalo really collapsed well on the penalty kill. Stuck to their structure, and it's tough to not give up a goal on a 5-on-3 when you have guys like Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Erik Karlsson, Jake Gensel, Letang all on the ice at the same time. It's difficult, man. It really, really is. You can't expect to go to keep them scoreless. I don't care how good UPL is playing. That's how many Hall of Famers are on that first power play unit? What, 1, 2, 3, 4 at least? So I don't know how maybe Jake Gensel's career will bring by the end of it, but 4 out of 5 guys on that power play unit are heading to the Hall of Fame. So for me, I was really happy with the penalty kill. I thought the power play looked fine. I know they didn't cash in, but they looked fine to me tonight. I was very happy. They were getting shots on net. They weren't hesitating. They're making quick, smart decisions. And they were getting bodies in front of the goaltender, bodies in the net. We saw that chance that Gergensen had on that one power play unit after it was pushed out to the front. It was a middle stat. Sorry. Right on the doorstep. That's key. Getting bodies in the net. Not everything has to be a pretty goal. Sometimes you can score a scummy one, score a dirty one. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to hit the peanut gallery here for a few comments, and then we're going to kick it over to the second installment of Hockey Hotline. Had a great result on Thursday night. We got 3 callers in tonight that were able to get in under the time limit. From Kevin, UPL rocked tonight, and so did the video guys. Yes, video guys, whoever you are, great job tonight. You guys are first star. Maybe not over UPL, but definitely saved our bacon tonight. I don't think the Sabres ever beaten the Kraken 0-4, right? I'm not too sure. I have to look into that. Somebody else in the peanut gallery can. That'd be great. But they do play the Kraken on Tuesday night at home. I will be in attendance. Can't wait. Best Duane, best kind. Congratulations to UPL, the main reason why we won this game, and also to the boys to finally win 2 in a row for the second time. It was the second time this season. Okay. 3 breakaways, 3 goalposts. Lucky lady on Sabres side, not impressed. No push, no offense. Cousins line got benched. I'm glad all they do is cough up turnover. The puck change, lineups, insert middle stat. You can be a little happy there, Mauricio. I don't disagree with you, though. I don't disagree with you. You can't let the forwards get behind the defense as often as they did tonight. That's just lack of awareness, not knowing who's in your not knowing your surroundings. Can't let that happen. 1 time is too many times. 3 times, way too many. Correct. We never beat the Kraken. Thank you, Richard. Actually, we are 0-3-1, so we do have an overtime or shootout loss to them. From Mauricio, UPL played well, solid goaltending. Cousins, Pateria, Quinn, invisible past 2 games. Robinson's, Krebs, Gergensen's line played well. Yeah, I think Robinson, I mean, nothing against Zach Postal, but Robinson adds a dynamic to that line that they don't have with Kyle. Speed. He gets to the net and he's fast. I think that helps that line a lot. It really, really does. Welcome back, Hockey Hotline. Absolutely, man. It's been fun. I'm actually going to bring up, if you guys give me one moment, let me see if I can find it. We had 3 callers on Hockey Hotline tonight, and went over pretty well. Pretty excited about it. Just looking for it. Here we go. Here's tonight's edition of Hockey Hotline. Whoa. Apparently not. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. I do apologize. Let me bring it up. I don't know why I can't find it. I do apologize. Give me one moment here. This is very, very unprofessional of me. Thought I had it. Where are we? Wow. I should probably have this pulled up ahead of time, right, guys? And here we go. Welcome to Hockey Hotline, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company and, of course, Buffalo Go Apparel. I am joined by Mr. Matt Muzak, returning caller on the very second installment of Hockey Hotline here on I'll Hang Up and Listen. Matt, Sabres win 3-1. Do you have any? Let's hear your thoughts.
You know, it's the turn of the year. We're undefeated for 2024. You know, I don't want to bring it up, but obviously that infamous year of the 10-game streak. But look at St. Louis when they won it all. They entered the 2019 under the same circumstances. They were 15-18-4, last in the West, and look what happens. I don't know. What do you think? You know, we have it in us to at least, you know, make a playoff run, maybe. I guess they win it all.
Undefeated in 2024. I mean, it's a nice feeling, but I would say tonight's game could have easily been 4 or 5-2 if not for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. They played a little tight tonight. They gave up a lot of high danger scoring chances. They let the offense get behind the D quite a bit tonight. UPL had 3 huge breakaway saves when the game was 0-0 and 1-0. I mean, you can't sustain winning when you play like that. I just need more. Just give me more of in the middle between what we saw against Montreal and what we saw tonight. Like I don't need him to scoring 6 goals every game, as great as it be, but you can't expect to win when you lean on your goaltending this much 2 games in a row. You need scoring too. You got it against Montreal. You squeaked by tonight against Pittsburgh. That being said, I thought the power play, even though they didn't cash in, I thought the power play looked great tonight. Penalty kill. I know they gave up a power play goal, but I thought the penalty kill looked really good. A lot of opportunities against possibly what should be one of the better power play units in the league with Crosby, Malkin, Letang, Gensel, Eric Carlson. I mean, there's a lot of talent on that first unit. I don't care how old they are. And you kept it at bay. So, I think they're very capable of going on a run. It needs to start now, though. You just can't give up. You just can't do, 2 games here, 2 games there. You need 3 games in a row here, 4 games in a row. You just can't be inconsistent with it like we have seen in 2023. You have to start stringing wins together here. I went 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5. I think this team is capable of doing it. It's nice to get Quinn back. Gergensen's getting on the score sheet tonight, but let's sustain it. It starts at the top. It starts with your top 6 forwards. So thanks for calling in, Matt. I appreciate it, bud. As always, go Sabres. And we're going to kick it over here to Mr. Chris Durick. Chris, first-time caller, long-time listener. How's it going? 3-1 Sabres win. Love the background. Let's hear your thoughts.
Oh, man, that was probably it's been a good feeling so far to kick off 2024. Like the last guy said, 2-0. We won back-to-back, which is still, I'm hoping I'm not dreaming still. But, just with how things ended in 2023, with how bad it ended in Ottawa, I got to say, the only thing I was looking forward to, before these last 2 games was January 19th going to see Dom Hasek.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, hey, this game wasn't a pretty one, but a great win. UPL, solid between the pipes. Both goalies, played very well.
Yep.
And I got to say that I feel like that fourth line plays a lot better, especially with Eric Robinson in it. Not taking anything away from Kyle Poso, but I feel like guys like Quinn, guys like Robinson can be a difference maker in the lineup.
Yeah, I like Eric Robinson and what he's bringing. I know we criticized that deal a lot when it was made, even though I think it was a 7th-round pick, but he brings a lot of speed to that line, speed that Kyle Okposo just doesn't have. And nothing against Kyle. I think he's played well enough to a certain extent this season. I can't remember. I think he's got nearly 10 goals on the year, I believe. But even that, he hurts you in other areas, especially where speed matters, and he just doesn't have it anymore. He's a great captain. I think his voice is respected in the room, but it really helps having a little bit more speed on that fourth line. Chris, thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it. Go Sabres. And we'll talk to you later, bud.
Yep, thanks.
And we welcome to the show Michael Carr. Mike, friend of the program. Mike, how are you tonight, bud?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Pretty good. Sabres win 3-1. Second win in a row. I think this is the second or third time it's happened this year. I want to say third time. Don't call it a winning streak. How are you feeling after a big win? I know you've been out there busy at the rinks tonight. Just give us your thoughts.
I was pretty excited to see Alex open up the scoring there, and then I'm guessing there was a goal disallowed or something, and the Penguins didn't come back till the third. So it was nice that they finished the game strong, and hopefully they enter or keep this going into the new year.
Yeah, 2-0 in 2024. I'd like to see. I don't know if anything's changed or if maybe they're just finally finding their stride finally finding. But it is a breath of fresh air to start the year off. With back-to-back wins. Again, it's not like we've been very. This hasn't been a normal thing. It's been a very rare thing, really. So it's nice to see them get back-to-back wins here. I know they come back home on a homestand. I think I'm going to the game with you on Saturday, actually.
Tuesday against Kraken.
Oh, Tuesday. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Tuesday. I don't know why I thought Saturday. Tuesday against the Kraken. Hopefully they can bring this energy and this momentum home with them and go on a little bit of a homestand here and string together more wins, maybe 3 in a row, 4 in a row, or 4 out of 5. Because if you expect yourself to get into this playoff hunt, especially with all the teams that have games in hand on you right now, you have to start winning now. You can't afford to keep, win 1, lose 2, like they've been doing in 2023, or win 1, lose 3. You have to start stringing wins together.
Yeah, and I think what I'm seeing here is it looks like we got more of a healthy lineup.
Yep.
All the way, and I think that was our biggest problem. I feel with maybe there was lingering injuries that weren't reported, but it looks like everyone's playing and with a healthier status now.
Couldn't agree with you more, Mike. Hey, thanks for calling in, bud. I appreciate it. Go Sabres. Do you have anything you want to plug right now? Anything that you're I know you're a man that does a lot in the community. Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do a lot with the veterans in the community of not only just Western New York, but all over actually the United States. We got the Buffalo Warriors that the Sabres back. They play out in the Northtown Center, typically on the weekends, Thursday through Sundays. And then I just got done running the clock for the new Niagara Falls Buffaloes, and it's like a semi-pro league. It's pretty great. It's the next best thing. I feel like open ice hits. It's full go, and it's really fun. They came back, and the team won in overtime on a penalty shot.
Nice.
Big hits. The team went into the third period down 3-0, and they battled right back, and it was a great game. It was a lot of fun, and I really think they play right here in Hyde Park, out in Niagara Falls, and I think people should definitely come out and check out the team. Next week they're in Pittsburgh, and I think at the end of January 27th is the next home game, and I'll definitely shoot you the information if you want to push it out.
Yeah, absolutely, bud, for sure.
Got jerseys, hoodies, shirts, pucks for sale, and it goes towards all these guys, giving a chance to live their dream one more time.
Awesome. I love to hear it. Always support anything that has to do with veterans. So thanks for calling in, Mike. This has been the second installment of Hockey Hotline. We'll kick it right back to I'll Hang Up and Listen. And we're back. Thank you to Matt, Mike, and of course Chris for calling in on our second installment of Hockey Hotline. Throwing it back to the old days of Mike Robitaille, Roby Radio, or whatever you want to call it back in the day. Sabres win 3-1. They made a lot of good points, and we discussed it right before the show as I played it for you just now. Okposo, I think, definitely does add a very good speed dynamic to that fourth line, and I hope it just leads to more scoring because that's what they need right now. They need more bottom six scoring. You can't always depend on your top six to score at a high clip like they did last year, as you've seen it this year. It's nice to see a healthy lineup for the most part. I don't know who sat out tonight other than Okposo. I couldn't be more happier. We're 2-0. I'm not going to get too nitpicky. There are some things to nitpick about tonight's game, as I brought up at the top of the show. But extremely happy with the effort tonight. Never gave up at all. They never showed signs of, and if they would have lost this game, put it this way, I wouldn't have been very angry because the effort was 100% there. You never at any point during this game did you think that they were ever out of it, even though they played on their heels a lot and they weren't burying the chances they were given, like Mauricio said earlier, 3 posts tonight. But that being said, you can't expect to string and stack wins when you play on your heels like that. You got to have consistent performances, much like you did against Montreal, where you are the more dominant team. I would, even though Pittsburgh's ahead of us in the standings, I think we're right on par with them. We should be competing with them for a playoff spot this year, come the end of the season. So that's a team that I want to play with, and want to beat. I want to beat everybody, but that's a team that we should beat. Much like some of the teams we weren't expecting wins against this year, against like Boston, against Colorado, against Vegas, teams we do have wins against, and then you come back and we look at the rest of the schedule. It's like, how do we lose that game to Montreal? How did we lose this game to that team? You need to beat the teams you should beat, like you did tonight. It could have went the other way pretty easily without, if not for those goals called back. But you never at any point tonight did I think we were out of it and that the effort wasn't there. And did I sit there on my couch and what the hell is going on? Again, slow start, all the stuff we saw in 2023, we're not seeing it here in 2024, which is a huge breath of fresh air to me. I just want to remind you guys, this is brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Buffalo's premier market and tap room. Fatty Beer has 7 different Western New York locations, and they offer over 300 different beers to choose from and are open 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. till 10:30 and later with live trivia, music, and entertainment at all 7 locations. And, of course, one of Western New York's only kid and dog-friendly bars. And don't forget about Buffalo Apparel Company, Buffalo's best spot for all your apparel needs when it comes to your Buffalo sports, the Sabres, the Bills, the Bisons, the Bandits. They have everything on tap for you over at Buffalo Co. on Instagram and Twitter. Go check them out. I know they're down in Florida and Miami right now, living it up, getting ready for tomorrow's biggest game of the season against Miami. It's for the division and potentially, depending on how tomorrow morning's games go, possibly for a playoff berth for the Bills. We'll see what happens. I know they're down there slinging merch on the beaches of Miami. Good luck to them. And, always go check them out at Buffalo Co. They hooked me up with a lot of good stuff for Christmas for my family, and they were really happy with it. With that being said, we're going to kind of cut things short a little bit tonight. Sabres win 3-1. Goals coming from Alex Tuch, Zemgus Girgensons, and, of course, Duane at the very end of the game. I don't know if we consider that an empty net goal. I don't think we do because Jari was technically still on the ice. He was leaving to go to the bench for the extra attacker, and then he saw that Raquel gave up that puck to Duane, and then Duane fired it down. He tried to get back in net in time, but couldn't, and it led to a 3-1 lead and the eventual final score 3-1. One last comment here from Kevin. I think injuries have kept Tage and Tuch from dominating Cousins. Who knows? Yeah, I think both of those guys. Before the season started, Tuch was dealing with some injuries. I think he still is. Tage off on and has dealt with some lingering issues. That the wrist injury for sure. Guy was injured quite a couple times last year too. I mean, you never fully recover from whatever's going on with your body. It's a long season. It's a long, grueling season. Injuries are going to happen, but sometimes you got to play through it, and they did tonight. They played through adversity when they came back and tied it 1-1 after that 5-on-3 power play goal. Buffalo didn't let themselves feel defeated. They responded well, and they got the eventual game-winning goal, Girgensons. So that being said, this has been another installment of All Hang Up and Listen. Again, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company and, of course, Buffalo Go. Thank you for all the callers the last 2 games who have called into Hockey Hotline to make that a success. With that being said, guys, I will talk to you guys on Tuesday night, I believe, is next game. And I'll hang up and listen. Go Sabres, go Bills. And we will talk to you guys later. We'll see you around.
Landmarks, shortcuts, and routes, crude and maps. something different.